This is the brand new 16mm T2.9 65 prime from NiSi.
You're watching CineD, supported by B&H and CVP.
Hey everybody, Graham Mailer-Sheldon here from CineD.com. Welcome back to NAB 2026 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm at the NiSi booth joined by Kenji from NiSi. How's it going, Kenji?
I'm doing great, Graham. Thank you.
All right, well, let's hop right into the 65 prime 16mm. What can you tell me about this brand new focal length from NiSi?
So this is a ultra wide angle rectilinear 16mm lens that covers very large sensors such as the Eterna, the Alexa 265, and the URSA Cine 17K.
Define rectilinear for the folks at home.
So a rectilinear lens is going to have straight lines. A lot of us are familiar with ultra wide angles that are a fisheye, where everything is really ultra distorted, a lot of geometric distortion in that. Where rectilinear is what you would use for something like architecture, or where you want to keep more natural looking wide angles. It's a very difficult feat to achieve on a sensor this size.
Well, speaking of a sensor this size, why is it important that NiSi is supporting all of these larger format cameras we're seeing these days, including the Eterna right behind me here?
I think the Eterna is a perfect example of that. This is a new camera that is now embracing this larger size sensor. With a bigger sensor, we have more control over depth of field, the selective focus we have. We also have a lot of light gathering, and we have more wide angle. The issue is we hit a point where the sensors got to this size and the lenses can only be made but so wide before we hit that fisheye point or heavy vignette or very dark lenses, like something like a T5, for example, T5.6. So with large format lenses, we went from like Super 35 to the LF format or full frame format, and now we're moving ironically to medium format, which is bigger than large format. But nomenclature aside, these are the biggest sensors, big, juicy, rich images, lots of character, but optically very challenging to support.
And you wanted to be a part of that new evolution, which I totally understand. So you brought up character on the camera side. Can you give me a sense of the character on the optics side? So can you describe a little bit of the look of this new 16mm?
Yeah, so this lens has a look that's meant to match our Aureus lenses that we announced last year. It's very much a modern lens. It's got a clean, sharp feel, especially the center color and contrast is also pairing well with our Athena lenses. However, the lens is embracing spot flares for character and has a gentle fall off to the edges to give us this very pretty, organic, gentle type of vignette. Not like a hard vignette you would see, but a very subtle fall off that's very attractive and kind of focuses attention more towards the center of the image.
What about matte box support here?
So the lens is a 95mm front diameter. However, at this wide, you're going to be hard to find a matte box that isn't going to then cause a vignette. The FUJIFILM ETERNA, this lens on the FUJIFILM ETERNA in a full frame equivalent is about a 13mm equivalent. If we were to put this on something like an Alexa 265, it's going to be closer to an 11mm equivalent. So with that much wide, there's really
hard to get a matte box on it. That's fair. But you have filter threads though, so you could do something and maybe do like a crop in the center of your image if you needed to.
Yes, it does have 90mm threads, and it also is compatible with a clamp-on system. We have our 95 Jet Mag, 95 mag system. There's a clamp for it, and we make the Jet Mag up to 112mm in filter size. We call that Max Mag. So we do have filter system solutions for this lens.
Perfect. Yeah, because sometimes you see that front element really extend pretty far, and it seems kind of far back in there on this. Can you give me price point and availability for the 16mm?
Sure. So the price on this is $27.99. So it's a very aggressive price, under $3,000 US. And availability is basically now. We do expect to be starting to deliver these lenses at the end of this month or beginning of May.
Now, before I let you go, Kenji, where is the Prime 65 line as a whole? How many focal lengths are available? And then just sort of the general state of the line, so to speak.
So this is the first lens that we're introducing for this new line. It is kind of playing a dual role right now. It's the introductory 65 prime lens in this family, and it's also a complementary lens to our Aureus set, where Aureus we're seeing used with the Eterna now, although the wide angle lenses of the Aureus are going to vignette at the edges. So this complements Aureus, giving that like an Eterna compatible full family, full range of focal lengths. As far as future focal lengths for this, we've been discussing possible additional focal lengths, but we're really here to take feedback at NAB about it. What do you think, Graham? What would you want to see in a 65mm coverage?
Well, look, I mean, I'm going to go for that standard awesome trio of like 35, 50, 85. I'm probably not the only one out there who thinks that.
So wide, mid, minor, little slight telly.
Yeah, a little portrait, headed to portrait.
Exactly, that talking head look. So that's exactly the feedback I've been hearing so far too. So we're gonna put our heads together after the show and take the feedback that we collect here and see where it goes from there, just like we are doing for the 50mm T1 that we're also showing at this show, which has been a pretty well kept secret until today.
Very cool. Well, Kenji, thank you so much for showing off the new focal length for us here at NAB 2026. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Graham. Thanks for taking the time to come and talk with us.
All right, everybody. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe because it helps us make more videos. That would be awesome. Stay tuned to CineD.com for more continuing coverage of NAB 2026. Thanks for watching, everybody.